Recent legislation in Anambra State by the State House of Assembly attempts to channel funds from local governments into a consolidated account in the guise of percentage remittances, raising serious questions about legality, transparency, and control. One of the most glaring provisions of the said Anambra State Local Government Law 2024 is Section 13, which mandates that allocations received by local governments from the federal government must first be deposited into the state's joint local government account. The state government then determines how these funds are distributed. It will be recalled that the Supreme Court in a recent judgment granted financial autonomy to local government and authoritatively pronounced local government as a third tier of government in Nigeria. This judgment, unsurprisingly, has met stiff resistance from a lot of quarters, chief of which are some state governors who have made open their displeasure with the judgment and thus making a conscious effort to run circles around it. Joining us now on the show is Senator Nwoye, the senator representing Anambra North Senatorial District at the National Assembly. He's joined by Honorable Nigeria Henry Mbachu, the member representing Awka South Constituency 1 in Anambra State House of Assembly. Good morning and welcome to the morning show.
Good morning, my dear sister. Good morning.
Hello, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Are you with us?
All.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yes,
and,
we are with you.
Yeah.
Oga Ruben, longest time. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Senator Nwoye. And Honorable Nigeria Henry Mbachu. It's very good. You love Nigeria so much. You even bear the name of the country.
Yes.
Arise, O compatriots. Although some people, when they sing the national anthem, they sing the one that the Tinubu government council. They will say, rise, O compatriots. They are looking for rice. Anyway, but that's an aside. But let's deal very quickly with this issue. Senator Tony Nwoye. First, about financial autonomy that the governors are resisting. In fact, some governors are saying that this local government chairman should take oaths. They should swear to an oath of allegiance and loyalty so that even if the Nigerian government, effective end of October, gives the money to the local councils should just give the money to the governors who determine how the money should be spent. And as for you, Honorable Mbachu, I'd like you to comment on the local government situation in Anambra. In Anambra, September 28 local government elections, APGA took all the 21 local government positions. Even Labour Party had to complain that ANSIEC substituted the names of members of the Labour Party with names of members of APGA. And at the end of the day, the APGA took all the seats. Now, what kind of miracle are we seeing with regard to local government autonomy? Not just with, finances, but also with elections, as we have seen in other states, in Edo, in Zamfara, in Kebbi, all states where we've had the local government elections. Let's start with you, Senator Nwoye.
Thank you very much, Brother Ruben. I don't have ample of time. I've been here since something to 9. This thing is very clear. I'm happy that my brother and my friend, Honorable Nigeria Mbachu, is here. It's a very simple matter. Over 2 decades, 20 years, few governors have been strangulating the local government system, taking them into extinction by taking the money that belongs to them for their own personal use, whatever the nomenclature they call it. Remember that the federal government of Nigeria, through the instrumentality of Attorney General Lateef Fagbemi, SAN, went to court May 26th, July 11th, there was a judgment. Now, in that judgment summary, they said that state governors have been treating the local government as their colony. That this money in question, there is no joint ownership. The money belongs only to 3 tiers of government. Federal has their own, state has their own, and the local governments have their own. That everybody should manage their own. That is why Justice of Supreme Court, 7 of them, full panel, gave this judgment, watershed judgment, and said that no law of state assembly, page 33 and page 34, no state assembly should make any law to interfere in any manner, in any form, how this money will be disbursed. That it's because that some few governors want to make local government to go into extinction. Going to extinction has brought about poverty, unemployment, insecurity. And that now those justices of Supreme Court being like Methuselah that saw tomorrow. They saw tomorrow and said no law of Supreme Court that court must intervene and stop the governors from using this money for whatever they want. And the issue of I want to pay teachers, like in my state, I want to use it so that teacher will be paid, teacher will pay. No, Supreme Court envisaged this thing by giving that judgment. So what they are doing, like my own state government, is to enact a law, obnoxious and draconian law, to subvert the Supreme Court judgment. Check page 30, page 28, page 29, page 31, 32, 33, 34 of this judgment. Remember that the only excuse they are giving is section 162, subsection 6 and 7, that created the so-called joint local government and state account. And the Supreme Court, in the page 28 of their judgment, the lead judgment by Justice Agim said, no, that was not the intendment. That was not the Constitution want. That is what Constitution meant. That this money, that the joint local government and state account created in 1999 Constitution was made couriers, just like DHL. If I give document or money to a DHL, who is a courier, to give to Ruben Abati, it doesn't belong to courier man, DHL. It's Ruben Abati's property. Supreme Court now says since that couriers, which are state governors, through this joint state local government account, they have been using this money for the personal use, we are going to interfere. And they interfered on July 11th and say they are giving an order, injunctive order, in page 54 and page 55. They granted Rev 8, Relief 9, Reg 11, Level 12. Almost 14 reliefs by the Supreme Court to say no law, we are giving injunction. Call it any name you want. Call it joint account. Just like my state has created 3 different accounts. Joint Security Trust Fund, section 16 of the obnoxious law. A joint, they call it Joint Security Local Consolidated Fund account to be managed by State Economic Board. All these things they are creating. Even section 13 of their law, Anambra State law, provides that once they get the money from federation account, they should transmit all. The emphasis all. That is section 13 of this Anambra State law. So what they are doing, my state started to take first step to test water so that other state governors come, is to subvert this Supreme Court judgment. This legacy by President Ahmed Bola Tinubu government is what they want to circumvent. Remember, sir, that few of these governors became governor either through the nomination process, through instrumentality of Supreme Court, or by the final judgment of the main election, what was the main election. So why wouldn't they obey the Supreme Court judgment? Why they wouldn't want to make mockery of judgment of Supreme Court, the policy court? Remember that section 285 of 1999 Constitution provides that all the states, all the courts, all the organs, all the institutions are duty bound to obey the judgment of Supreme Court. So we are appealing to my own state government and few other governors. We are not interested in whatever they say, calling us names, using some people to attack in the media. We don't care. We don't care. We don't bloody care. We are interested that let them allow the local government system to function. Because if they don't do that, posterity will not fail to us. Because imagine that if President Ahmed Bola Tinubu withholds the state allocation and says that he's going to manage with them, how would the governors fail? Okay. For instance, monthly, state governments receive money from federation accounts as state allocation. They receive money from federation account through ecological fund account monthly for ecology and disaster. As your question, many ecological situations and disaster situations in their states have they managed with that money monthly. Some of them, like Anambra State, they will receive what we call 13% derivation. We have oil with other states. So why would they allow this local government system? So the purpose of that law was just to continue, or is to continue siphoning, diverting, and fleecing the money for the grassroots. Okay, Senator, I'm happy that my governor will appear by 10.
Senator, I've had you. Let's go quickly to Honorable Mbachu. Honorable Mbachu, on September 28, 21, Over 21. Oh, we don't have Senator Mbachu. Okay. When he joins us, finally, we'll come back to him.
All right.
Ayo?
Okay, so Senator Nwoye, thank you so much. So the camp of the governor have come out to say that, having read your statement, a statement that you released earlier, that you're misleading the people, that this law, this bill that was passed in the State House of Assembly is in the interest of the state. And I'm just making an argument for them here that the government wants synergy between the state and the local government councils so that they are able to work together and spend the money judiciously. In fact, they quote Section 7 of the 1999 Constitution as saying, as amended, saying that it gives unequivocal powers of states to establish, structure, finance and regulate local government councils. That's well within their rights. So they are not just trying to misinterpret or deliberately misinterpret this bill. What would you have to say about that? Is there any merit at all to what they have said to the position of the government?
My sister, let me answer your question directly.
Please go.
I read section page 33 of the Supreme Court judgment. I read, in addition to section 7 of 1998 Constitution, I read, Constitution expressly provide that local government shall be democratically elected by local government council. Therefore, it's the local government council that should control and manage funds, including allocation from federation account belonging to local government for the well-being and limit of sale. Blah, 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 blah. What I'm trying to tell you that this section 7, they are quoting, they are trying to use as an excuse to continue fleecing and siphoning this money, was dealt with by Supreme Court, page 33. This is a certified true copy. Lead judgment by Justice Ayem. Section 7, see it here. And also section 162, subsection 6, change page 28 of this judgment. This is it. Was dealt with it. Now, what are you managing? The Supreme Court has said in page 28 of their judgment, the one by Justice Ayem, lead judgment, that there is no joint ownership. Don't create any name or whatever. So you are saying you want to manage to pay teachers. Is it your money? These councillors, 326 of them, the local government chairmen, are all ABGA. I don't want to go into whether the election was free and fair. That's not why we are here. They are ABGA, so he doesn't trust the members of his party that has announced the names. They are not Labour, they are not APC, they are not PDP. All of them are Labour Party. There's no joint ownership. These people have the legislative arm of government. And the same section 162, subsection 3, has said that National Assembly will make laws. And the Supreme Court has now brought all their defense, different states, because that was the defense of my state government and other state governors, some of them. 1626, section 7. Supreme Court said, no, you got it wrong. And they made a law, made a policy judgment, a watershed. So what I was saying is that if the local government who have councillors, elected councillors, who are a legislative arm of that council, they should go and decide on how they use their money. They don't have immunity. Governors have immunity. So if any of them fleeces with the money, being local government chairman, the EFCC is there, ICPC is there, NFI is there. Let me read again for you the order that Supreme Court made in section, because I don't have time much. In page 55, they say an order of injunction restraining defendants, that is state governors, by themselves, their previous agent, officials, or any name called whatsoever. Do you know any name whatsoever? Joint local government, joint state local government account, consolidated account, trust fund, all these things my state governor has told the House of Assembly to pass for him. Supreme Court in page 555 of their judgment gave an order stopping them from tampering, collecting, receiving, spending, or having anything to do with the money. See, it's not judgment of Nwoye, it's judgment of Supreme Court. Then the same Supreme Court say an order of immediate compliance, listen, by the state through their elected official or appointed, all those things are appointed, State Economic Board. And also, they said public officers. Who are public officers? EFCC, NFIU, ICPC. So, Supreme Court has made it mandatory. So, saying you want to use it for the benefit for that, but election that he refused to do,
okay, Senator,
2 years and 5 months, he refused to do election.
Senator,
I'm not saying that's because Supreme Court, wait, I want to make a point. I want to make a point, sir. Supreme Court has said that this money that you don't have anything to do with, we are forbidding you, they use the word, we are forbidding you from touching this money. That you have been siphoned this money. So which is in saying is doing for judgment. So what he's doing is a flagrant disobedience to Supreme Court judgment.
Okay, Senator.
So that's why my brother, don't be offended. That's why I challenge them to a debate.
Senator Nwoye. Oh yeah, if I say stop, I'm offended.
Sir?
I say I'm offended though. I say
sorry,
stop. Good. Very good one.
Sorry, sir.
I will still come back to you, but let me come back to Mr. Nigeria that is here, Henry Mbachu, a lawmaker in Anambra State, because you were part of those that kicked against the bill. Some of the arguments they make is this, that in the end, these local governments will still come to the state government for bailouts. That they are still the ones that pay when the local government cannot meet their encumbrance of salaries and the likes. This part of the argument, the likes of Mr. Law, Dr. Law, is making here. What's your take on this argument that the local government still in the end come to the state government, and that's why they're talking about this called joint account, so that they can oversee the money? I'm coming to you, Mr. Nigeria.
Okay, thank you, Rafai. Ruben, good morning all. First of all, I want to specify what we can all describe as the actions of the State House of Assembly of Anambra State. Whatever is the purpose, or whatever whatever the Supreme Court judges envisage to give their judgment, should be primary to whatever, for obedience to this court judgment. You have the executive arm of the government, you have the legislative arm of the government, and you have the judiciary. The executive, the legislator, the legislator make the law, the judiciary interpret, and the executive execute the law. Now, the judgment of the Supreme Court is a law. And what we did in the House of Assembly cannot be termed as the contempt of the law. That is what it is. The judgment is clear that no House of Assembly should make any law that is contravening to this order. And we have made a law. We have done that. It's contempt of the law. Having done that, Rufai, when our young democracy started, which is primarily old now, 1999 governors, you saw they were reckless. Even the governors were reckless. But as time goes on, they keep molding them. They molded them from financial prudency to that and that. And look at where we are, producing likes of P2B. If we neglect the system of local government, give them the money, even if they want to misabuse it or whatever, the voters are there. The system should work. EFCC is there. Everybody is there. I am there. I'm supposed to oversight the local government chairman of Workers South. How will I now oversight the local government chairman of Workers South when he's going to throw all the whole money back to the governor? And look at what it means. What that means is that it is the governor that will decide what the 400 million naira meant for Workers South, where it's going to go to. You might take it from Workers South and be using it to build a bridge at Isuofia. Joint ownership. Because of the joint ownership. What we are saying is this. The Supreme Court has given their judgment, unprecedented. This was the only visible landmark of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as of today. And the local government is very instrumental to eradication of poverty, to fighting insecurity we have in Anambra State as the capital. As the capital, the local government chairman should know the locals. This is not even up for debate. Anybody can come up. Let's face it.
Okay.
Give them. They will start shaping in the system. Systems are stronger than human beings.
Okay, let me come back to Senator Nwoye. Senator Nwoye, I'm coming back to you. So are you saying the arguments from people like the Mofo is not valid, that in the end the local government squandered the money? And when they squandered the money, they still come back to the state. In a case where the local government can't pay salaries after this, and the state says they are not bailing them out, all people like you will not come back and say, oh, you have not done well. Or is it because you are against Soludo, that's why this? No, this is Rufai, not Soludo. This is Rufai, not Ruben. No, this is Rufai, not Dr. Ruben. Yeah.
My brother Rufai.
Yeah.
My brother Rufai. See, let me tell you, I can bet you with my dignity and my integrity, if they allow the local government, let me use Anambra as a case study, to assess their money, use their money, I can bet you if any of them comes back to say, we don't have money, bail us out, I will resign my membership of 10th Senate. That argument is just a ploy, a subterfuge a ruse for them to keep on siphoning, diverting, fleecing the money meant for the local government. Let me tell you. For instance, you mentioned about Oka South that receives close to 350 to 400 million from federation account monthly. I can bet you that their salary scale will not be up to 200 million or 250. I can bet you that one. I don't want to talk about IGR from different local governments in Anambra, which is purely prerogative of governor or state government to do. We're talking about this money coming from federal government. That argument by my big friend and big brother, Mefo, is just what they told him to say. Just a ruse. They don't have any other reason. Are you telling me that council chairmen who have no immunity, where ICPC and NFI, federal government set up a panel to implement the judgment headed by Senator George Akume, they are going to come back to bail out? No way. I bet you, if any state local government chairman comes back to say, bail us out, I'll resign my membership of Senate. They are just using it as an excuse to flagrantly disobey the judgment of Supreme Court. So there will be nothing like bailout. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
Okay, gentlemen, as we begin to wrap up, both of you, and this time I will start with Honorable Nigeria, quite a very important name. You love the country so much. You bear the name of the country. Anyway, quickly, for both of you, will you consider the local government elections in Anambra State on September 28, conducted by ANSIEC, free and fair? Some people say it is free and fair, but we have also had some people, particularly members of the Labour Party, saying that in fact ANSIEC applied the dark arts and put the names of Abga chieftains as local government candidates and councillors, and that there was abracadabra. But I would like to know what you think. 21 over 21, 100%.
So that I can wrap up. So that I can wrap up.
Okay, you want Honorable Nwoye to go first. Okay.
I have said it time without number.
I'll talk briefly. Let me talk.
I have said it time without number that the local government election conducted in Anambra State was purely selection. Selection in the sense it was still the same caretaker local government chairman, TC chairman, he selected, that he now perfected through the instrument of the same House of Assembly. First of all, that election one is based on what I would term criminality. By own opinion, there is no budgetary allocation for election in our budget, 2024 budget. As we speak, there is no supplementary budget. There is no, what do you call it again? In fact, the governor has not approached the House to say, okay, amend this budget for me so I can conduct election. Let's take, for example, okay, let's give it to him that is because of the exigency of time to do the election. You now brought a law to the House of Assembly, taking the powers of National Assembly to legislate over the affairs of a political party, giving us back to House of Assembly to now say, oh, because of the internal faction in Apoga, let the elected members of the party give nomination ticket to the candidate. And Labour Party said no. Look, Ruben, what we should be doing is that the law that's supposed to be coming to the House of Assembly is the law that will checkmate the local government chairman, that will say, once you receive your allocation, you pay salary first before any other expenditure. We can amend that law. That is what I'm looking for.
Thank you. Oga Ruben, I'm not cutting my brother short.
Hello?
And wordings of my motion. I never mentioned Anambra State. Oga Ruben, are you hearing me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm answering your question now. The motion I moved in the floor of the Senate had nothing to do with Anambra State. But I can tell you, I refuse to go to any media or any forum or fora to discuss whether there was election or not. With his conscience, they know that they did not conduct a credible local government election. And that is why Labour Party, APC pulled out, because we knew, ab initio, that they wanted to return all the caretaker people, councillors, and local government chairman. That is what they did, 100%. So that is why Labour Party, APC, pulled out of the election, and they are in court, because the matter is substituted anyway. So, but what I'm trying to say is that, what we are saying now is that he has conducted the election, quote and in quote, whether free and fair or not. He has INSEC has produced as winners the members of his party 100%. Let him allow them to access their money, because local government system, as expired by judgment of Supreme Court, has no joint ownership. That money coming from federation account has no joint ownership with any name they create it and everything. And I bet you that we are not going to complain whether it is free or fair. They have emerged. He doesn't trust people that were his caretaker people. He appointed them, and from appointment, he converted all of them to elected people now. He doesn't have trust that they can manage their own money coming from Abuja. It's not his money, sir. Supreme Court saying in page 28, it's not joint ownership. It is their money. They should not do. Supreme Court say we must stop this impunity, and this impunity must stop. Court must intervene, and they intervened in their own reliefs. They granted in page 52 and 55. So whether the election was democratically done or not is between him and his God and other government, not only Anambra and other state government, no problem, or other state INSEC. Winners have emerged. They have been sworn in. Let them. What we are saying is that whether I know it's free or unfair, no problem. Let them be allowed to enjoy their money. They are members of their party. In fact, if we should be political, we should say, let them hold the money. But the more you give them money, the more they make APGA strong at the grassroots by then using this money for the purposes. So let them allow them to use their money. That is our grounds. Not this show of whether the election was conducted free and fair. He doesn't trust his appointees. He appointed all of them. He said no primary. He converted all of them. The quote-unquote conducted election for all of them, and all of them may emerge 100%, and he doesn't trust them to manage this money. I repeat, if they allow them to manage their money 100%, and any local government out of 22 in Anambra goes to say bailout, I will resign my membership.
Senator Nwoye, thank you.
My brother Rufai.
Thank you. We need to end
Thank you very much, Senator
Thank you very
Nwoye.
much.
Thank you very much for joining us, Honorable Mbachu.